Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia. In this video I am going to show you guys how to crochet this gentleman chunky scarf. So as you can see here, it may look quite familiar, especially the pattern, because I did do this pattern about a year ago, so you will be able to see that video just right here now. But I did this for my boyfriend then, and because I freehanded the project, I ended up just showing you guys how to do a sample of the stitch itself. And because of it, I do get a lot of questions of people asking how many rows did I do, how many stitches did I start with, and stuff like that. And to be honest, just because I freehanded it, I did not remember. So I decided to just kind of do another update of that video, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the full scarf as opposed to showing you guys a small sample of how to do the stitch. Okay, so this is pretty much it here. I'm doing it in a little bit of a different color than the one that I'm repeating, or the one I'm updating. The one I'm updating, I did it in like a grayish color, and as you will see with my boyfriend having it on, that's the color. And so with this one, I'm doing it in a navy blue color, so just so he has a second scarf that is a different color. The other change that I did or is doing is, with the previous one I did 40 rows total, so it was quite wide of a scarf. And again, because I want him to have something that's a little bit different, I made this one at 26 rows, so it's a little bit narrower. And I believe the length is about the same, so the length is not changing that much. It's about 65 inches long. Okay, so, and that's because he's a tall guy, he's 6'3", so it's something that will fit him properly. If I was making a scarf for myself and I'm about 5'3", I would probably make a scarf that is about 55 inches, something like that. Okay, all right, so this is pretty much it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all the materials that I used to make this, and then we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's do that. Okay guys, so before we go ahead and get started, let me just show you all the materials I'll be using for my project, and therefore you can also make sure you grab your materials as well so you know what to use for this project. Okay, so the first thing is I have a skein of yarn here, CraftSmart Value TM. Okay, it is 354 yards and all the other measurements are here. Okay, the color is called navy. If you can see it here, my camera is not gonna focus very well, but it's called navy, and as you can see here as well, is a navy color. It's a medium weight number 4. It's 100% acrylic. 5.5 millimeter crochet hook is recommended for this yarn. And for those of you who use CraftSmart, it's actually a really nice soft yarn. So anyways, but you can use whatever yarn you want, whatever color you want, maybe even size. You can do whatever size that you would like, whether you like chunky or a little bit thinner, then that's up to you. You can just make sure you have your yarn ready. Okay, I'm using a 6 millimeter crochet hook, so just a little bit over what is recommended for this yarn. And I'm going to be needing a scissors as well as a tape measure to measure my scarf. This one is going to be optional. If you know the length that you're looking to make, you don't need to kind of measure it. You can just kind of gauge it, but this is everything that I'll be using for this project today. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so to get this project started, we're going to start with our foundation chain. So for this scarf, we're going to be doing a foundation chain of 250. And to do so, we're going to be starting with our slip knot. So we're going to go ahead and do our slip knot. And this is how I do it here. So you can go ahead and do a slip knot however you do it, and then we're going to get started with our 250 chains. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay guys, so I have completed my 250 chain here. Okay, so as you can see, it's super long. Okay, because we're making a gentleman's scarf, so it's going to be more on the larger side. And of course, if you're making it for yourself, you can just make it to fit the length that you're looking to have. But in this case, I'm making it for my husband, who is 6'3", so he needs something a little bit bigger. Okay, All right, so to go ahead and get started with our first row, which is going to pretty much be a repeat row. That's how easy this chunky scarf is. So we have our chain. We just kind of turn it, flip it like this so we can work back down the chain. And we have the front of it facing us and the back is this side here, okay? So now that we have our 250 chains, we're just going to skip this first chain here, and in the second one we're going to go in the back of the second chain and we're going to do a single crochet stitch, okay? So this whole project is going to be consistent of just a single crochet in the back loop, okay? So we're going to do our single crochet in that second stitch from the hook, and then we're going to move on to the next stitch and we're going to do a single crochet in the back of the chain, and then we're going to move on to the next stitch and do the same, and we're going to do this all the way until we go to the end of the chain, okay? So super easy. So I'll let you guys go ahead. So this is how the first, at least first bit of the first row should look like. And you're going to do these all the way until you get to where we started off our chain right here. And when you get to there, that's the end of your first row. And then come back and I will help you guys start the second row. And then I'll have you guys pretty much build up the rest of the scarf until you have the number of rows that you're looking for your scarf, okay? So go ahead and do your single crochet stitches in the back loop like this in the back of the chain. And when you get to the end, come back and I'll go ahead and get started with the second row with you, okay? See you guys in a bit. Okay, so I have gone ahead and completed my first row of the single crochet stitch. So as you can see here, this is my work there. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to start the second row. And this is just going to be a repeat row until you have the length that you're looking for, the width of the scarf that you're looking for, okay? So to go ahead and start the second row, we're going to do a chain of one and then turn, okay? And just the stitch right after your chain one here, so this very first stitch here, you're going to go into it in the back loop and do a single crochet, just like that. And then you're going to pick up the next stitch right after that in the back loop. You're going to do a single crochet, and this is pretty much what you're going to be repeating to the end of the second row. So you're just going to go ahead and do back loop single crochet stitches, okay? So go ahead and do that. When you get to the end, come back. I will show you how to finish it off. So leave the last final stitch undone. I will show you how to do that final stitch, and then we're gonna turn and start our third row, and then I'll have you guys repeat that until we get to the end of the project, okay? So this is how your second row should look like of the single crochet stitch in the back loop. Okay, so when you get to the end, come back and I will show you guys how to start row 3, and then you can repeat to the end, okay? See you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so I have completed my second row of this chunky gentleman scarf, and as you can see here, this is how it should look like. This is the full length right here, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the last stitch here. So as I said, when you get to the second last stitch, come back. I will show you how to finish off the final stitch, and then we can start row 3 together. So what I do for this final stitch is I just go through both loops instead of just going through the back loop, and just do my single crochet like that, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and do a chain of one so I can start at the third row. And then I'm gonna turn, and then just like we did the second row, we're going to go into the back loop of the very first stitch right after your chain one, and we're going to do a single crochet stitch in that. And then we're going to go ahead and continue to do that in the second stitch, and then move on to the next stitch. And then you're just going to pretty much continue to do this to the end. When you get to the end, make sure you do your final single crochet going through both loops, not just one. Chain one, turn, and just repeat this until you build up the size that you're looking for your scarf, okay? So I'm gonna have you guys continue to repeat this here until you get to the size. I'm going to do about 26 rows total, and then when I come back, I will be able to show you guys how it looks like, okay? So I will see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so I have gone ahead and completed 26 rows of this scarf, and that's kind of the size that I want. So I'm gonna stop there. And also, by the way, I used just one skein of the yarn that I have, and that is all I have left here. Okay, so that's kind of a really good timing for me to stop here. But if you're looking to do it a little bit wider, so let's say you wanted to add more rows to make it a little bit wider, then at that point you would definitely have to get your second skein, because the first one just gives you about 26 rows total. Okay, so that's pretty much it here. So this is the full length of the scarf here. It will show better in the pictures. Just right now my work table is really small. And also too, this color looks really light. It's actually a little bit darker. It's just I need light. I'm recording in a really dark room, so I had to put the light up to be a little bit brighter than it should, and because of that, it's making the scarf look a little bit more lighter blue. But this is actually really dark blue. It's almost black, so you will see that in the pictures that is a little bit different as well. Okay, all right, so we're going to just kind of finish these off here. So I have done my final single crochet going through the both loops like that, and this is how the edges look like. So I'm not going to do anything here. So we're just gonna go ahead and just kind of fasten that up and close that off here like that. Okay, so of course you will go ahead and weave in your yarn, so you can cut it somewhere here and then weave it in, and then on the side where we started off the project as well, which is right here, you're going to weave that in as well, and then that should pretty much finish your project. This is it here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me. So this is just an updated of the project that I did a year ago, and because I just did a sample, I had a lot of questions about how many stitches I was doing and all of that kind of stuff, what the length was, and because it's something I freehanded almost a year ago, I didn't remember most of the information, so I decided, hey, let me just do another one as a full video. That way you guys can have something to refer to fully, and you can create something for the cold season coming ahead. Okay, all right, so that's pretty much it here. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and again, if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Make sure you like the video, make sure you comment and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any new videos I'll be posting in the future. I post once a week. So if you can just go check out the channel once a week, you will see that I have a new project. If not, make sure you turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I have a new video up. Okay, all right, well, thank you so much again, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Kwaheri.